Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well, also doing well with your studies and health together. Hope you all are safe and fine. And today, with this safety idea, we are going to start with one of the resource which is very preferable to what I said today, that you all are fine. So this today's resource is called as an energy resource, and this energy resource is one of the important criteria for human existence. Like we had seen something about the forest resource, how the forest resource works. Also we had seen something about the water resource, how the water resource is important, what are the different types of water resources, how the water resource work for a human being, and how human being have been using these water resources since ages together. So all these criteria move forward with one of the major resource for today, and that is called as energy resource. Now, what do you understand with this sentence when we call on that you have to define an energy resource? We basically think that energy resource is something which is related only to the resource which human utilization is in which human utilization is done. This resource is something which is majorly used by the living organism for its lively purposes. True. But can we only define this kind of by these kind of words as energy resources? To a point, it is not a complete definition. Reason is because when we discuss something about the resource, as I said earlier also, that you have to keep in mind that these resources should be studied in detail. Reason is because every resource has its own peculiarity. Okay, that means like we had studied something about the forest resource, it had its own peculiarity. We had studied something about the water resource, which we call it basically as the hydrosphere. When we call it as a hydrosphere, it literally means that we are talking about a large water body area rather than contracting it to only a smaller part. Similarly goes with the energy resource. So you can't define an energy resource to a limited part. You have to define this energy resource to a very broad area. It is very deep and widened area when we talk something about this kind of resource. Okay. So today in energy resource, we are going to discuss about these following points. We are going to look forward into the basic idea of what are the different forms of energy resource and how can we define energy resource. What is non-renewable energy resource? What is renewable energy resource? What is the importance of renewable energy resource over the non-renewable energy resource? Okay. Now I know we had discussed in a further part also earlier about the non-renewable and renewable resource. But today what we are going to study with relation to this is how renewable are overcoming a non-renewable. So that will be a major criteria to understand. Similarly, we will try and understand one of the accident which is related to non-renewable energy resource, which will help you to understand how one energy can be actually converted and taken part for an another way. That means how the non-renewable can be actually controlled, and rather we can use a renewable form of energy, because the accident which we are going to study is the BP accident, that is British Petroleum accident, and this accident is one of the biggest considered accident in the American resources. Alright, so let's start with the basic concept of what do we mean by energy resource, or how would one define energy resource. So we had studied something about the energy in our very earlier stages, when even from the schooling part also. So now don't look at this energy resource from the point of view of only environment, or we are studying something regarding the environment. True, we are studying about the environment, but as I said that environmental studies, or rather studying a nature, is a far more bigger area. Reason is because this environmental study or study of a nature is something related to not only biology or chemistry, but it is also related to somewhat of philosophy, it is related to psychology, it is also related to physics. So one of the important term which we have studied regarding the physics is nuclear physics, which we had seen in the nuclear accidents. So I can say that this part, that means the energy resource, is nothing else but it is connected directly or indirectly to a part called as physics, because energy means a capacity to do some work. So we had gone for this kind of definition in the very earlier stages when we were in school. This definition itself describes that when a work is done, this work should be done either physically by a physical system. So when you perform any kind of work, when you have the ability to perform a kind of a work, to do a kind of a work, this will be called as a energy. So it is directly related to physics. Henceforth I said it. The next part, what you should keep in mind is that this energy force, that means when we were discussing something about the energy force, when we were during our schooling or that part of physics part, we had studied one important criteria, that this work is defined by force. Okay, that means 2 3 complementary units are added when we talk something about the energy. Now these complementary units are that it is a force which is acting, right? This force is acting maybe in a distance, at a particular distance, or I can say at a particular length or at a particular space. So this force and space or distance, when they are acting together, that will be called as an energy. But is it only the part that this work should be done in complementary to each other? That means if I apply a particular kind of a force, that particular object should move, that will be called as an energy. Agreed. But this object either should be moved will only be called as an energy? No, not that easy. Reason is because even if I pull, it's not necessary that I should push, I can also pull something, right? So the same energy will be required for pulling and pushing of the particular kind of object. And this force or this nature, when it takes place with reference to particular length, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कंसिडर कर लो कि कोई एक हैवी ऑब्जेक्ट को आप पुश कर रहे हो, तो आपको जो एनर्जी लगने वाली है हम उसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं. बट क्या वही सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी लगेगी जब हम किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को पुल करेंगे? सेम ऑब्जेक्ट, आपको एक बार पुश करना है, एनर्जी कैलकुलेट करनी है, सेम ऑब्जेक्ट आपको एक बार पुल करना है, एनर्जी कैलकुलेट करनी है. सो व्हाट डू आई मीन टू से इज that particular distance or that particular path which you have covered up by pulling or pushing, that means exerting and energy, that will be called as an energy source which will be calculated. Okay, so in simple language, if someone talks about the energy resource, you can just remember that it's your capacity to do the work. Okay, so that is particularly related to physics, that is your capacity to do the work. Now I said it's your capacity because it was related to physics. Now let's move on to this energy from the point of view of environment. So what can I say with regards to environment? That the capacity of the environment or the environment resources to do a particular kind of work by generating the energy is called as an energy resource. Okay, so these resources basically are divided, or rather I would say they are only form called as natural energy resources, and then humans convert this resource into different form of energy particles. For example, the energy resources which is present in a nature form, like we had discussed earlier also. So you can see over here in this picture that solar energy is one of the popular form of energy which the human is utilizing regularly in day-to-day life. Recent studies and recent scientific innovations have also created many such good examples. For example, we know that the solar panel is basically used for heating up the water, right, or generating the electricity. Have you imagined one of the country have devised a complete road, that means they have created a complete road which has a solar panels in it. So the road is having a solar panel in it, and the tires which are there on the, maybe it's a two-wheeler or a three-wheeler or a four-wheeler, whatever, the tires are having actually small socket panels. The socket panels which are attached on the tire are having the capacity to take the energy which is stored in this solar panel, which is actually pasted on the road. So think about it. Now what they are trying to do, that they are utilizing this natural energy resource, which is a renewable form of energy resource, into a very good kind of energy, that is potential energy to kinetic energy. एक स्टेबल एनर्जी को वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, मूवमेंट ऑफ एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. सो दैट इज अ वेरी गुड पार्ट. सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, उससे क्या हो रहा है, पोल्यूशन कम हो रहा है, because it is a complete nature oriented, it is completely utilizing the solar part, solar energy. Of course it will not create pollutant. Of course I do agree that solar energy is somewhere related to some parts having restriction. For example, if we talk something about the North Pole, you can't find a solar energy that powerful in those areas. Agreed with that. But leaving such parts where you can't find the sun radiations for a larger consumption area, you have small amount of energy, you can conserve this energy and then reutilize it. Okay, so that is called as basically natural source of energy, and this natural source of energy can be either directly used or indirectly used. So we will look forward for how to use this energy directly and indirectly. So you only have to keep in mind that basically energy is being converted by human, directly or indirectly. So we'll go with the very first part now, and this very first part, as you know, something about non-renewable resources. So why do we talk something about the non-renewable resources first is the reason, because in the very extreme slide, if you have seen, you might be clear with the idea that this energy resource we are going to compare with the renewable kind of energy resource, and this renewable kind of energy resource in comparison will tell us how we have to convert our consumption into natural renewable resource rather than utilizing non-renewable forms. Henceforth, we are going to see first what is non-renewable energy resource. So, these resources are the resources which cannot be replaced. As I said earlier also, that these resources are something related to nature. Okay, for example, oil, or example for that natural gas, coal, etc., etc. But these energy resources require a ample of time to get produced. So we know that the oil, now oil is easily available for us today, and we think that okay fine, we can just use it, consume it, utilize it easily. So that is a part which we think about it. But the fact is, this particular oil itself, that means example will go with fossil fuel, this required thousands of years together to get converted into a usable kind of oil called as fuel. So think about it. So thousands and millions of years it took place to get replaced into a form of oil. Now how did it took place thousands and millions of years? We'll explain. Consider, we had, you know something about the very basic cycle which is called as a food chain. And this food chain describes that plants are consumed by animals, that is called as primary consumers, which we had seen in the earlier examples or earlier lectures also. Now this plant is consumed by, that means producer is consumed by primary consumer. This primary consumer is again consumed by secondary consumer. Now the food chain goes on. Okay, so what I mean to say, the plant actually stores the natural source of energy, which is sunlight, which is obtained from the sunlight, in the form of photosynthesis. Okay, fine, this is one form of energy which is stored. Now what happened, this stored energy is in a form of deep compact form, that means it is huge in number. Now what animal does, herbivorous animals, that means जो animals घास खाते हैं, vegetation पे survive करते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं, they consume the plants. And what happens indirectly, the solar energy which is stored in the form of photosynthesis is consumed by animals. Now this consumed solar energy cannot be utilized directly, right? Because animals have a different cellular property, plants have a different cell property. Henceforth, what they do, the cell property of animal converts this solar energy into another form of energy which we call as a carbohydrate. So we basically consume the carbohydrate in a form and then we convert it into glucose. This glucose is nothing else but a energy form of storage which is happening in our cell. So that is one point clear. Now what happens? When this animal die, this animal has a part of stored energy in its cells and body organs, right? Now when it dies, it starts into a process of decomposition. Same thing happened years back. So we know that years back there were huge bodied animal and that were called as dinosaurs. Now these dinosaurs, they were either dead because of the environmental changes or maybe because of some meteorite, etc., etc. So we are not sure about the reason, but let's consider that these huge bodies, they took many years together, they got buried into the soil and they took millions of years together to decompose itself. Itself is not only the part, that means decomposition में breakdown of energy होता है, I agree, बट आप ये नहीं कह सकते हो कि एट द सेम टाइम एनर्जी रिलीज हुआ है और एनर्जी जनरेट हो गया है. रीजन इज बिकॉज किसी भी फ्यूल प्रोडक्ट को या फिर ऑयल प्रोडक्ट को तैयार होने के लिए इट एक्चुअली नीड्स थाउजेंड्स एंड मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स, and it also takes place not only on the ground but in the water bodies also. So think about it, that single energy of solar which the plant tried to capture and control now is converted into a fossil fuel indirectly, but this is taking time. So what I mean to say is that non-renewable energy resource takes time. It is a form of fossil fuel. It is a concentrated form of solar energy. Okay. So we can say that non-renewable energy resource taken by plant and getting converted into a fossil fuel is nothing else but a concentrated form of solar energy. This solar energy will be available to us in a form of a fuel product. So that is indirect form. I hope you understand this part. Now, if you have understood something about the non-renewable, let's move on with the part that is called as a renewable resource. And this part is, on that contrary, is much becomes simple if you understand clearly about non-renewable form. So, renewable energies are easy to understand because they are easy available. That means they are the resources which can be replaced by nature very easily. Okay, so they are very easily available. They also do not require that much of time span, as we have discussed in non-renewable form, that it needs thousands and millions of years to get formed and converted. On the contrary, renewable resources need a very short time. It actually needs a very short duration. Rather, we can say with seasonal changes, you can get very refined form of renewable energy. So if it's a rainy season, you can get a hydro energy very properly with the help of rain tides, etc., etc. If it's a kind of summer season, a very hot summer season, complete thermal energy can be generated or complete solar energy can be generated. Next one, if it is a somewhat season of windy area, for example, it is the season of cold or wind blows, then you can have a thermal energy also, you can have a tidal energy also, you can have a wind energy also, etc., etc. So it is not that difficult to obtain the renewable kind of resources. Majorly, it should be always kept in mind that these resources are because natural, so they do not create pollution. They are pollutant free. So if you try to convert this energy and utilize it, for example, like I said, that the solar energy in one of the country is converted into a very good kind of energy for generating the kinetics. That means व्हीकल्स के लिए यूज किया जा रहा है, रादर फ्यूल की जगह पे सोलर एनर्जी की पैनल्स के साथ में ही क्रिएट करके, एनर्जी जनरेट करके गाड़ियाँ चलाई जा रही है. दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेसिक काइंड विच वन कैन get. Also, the studies have shown that the 16% of the global final energy consumption is occupied or received from the renewable resources. That means हमारे ग्लोब पे almost 16% of renewable energy resource बहुत अच्छी तरह से मिल रही है. उसमें से 10% बायोमास में होती है, जिसे हम यूजुअली हीट के फॉर्म में यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, any kind of fuel product which is obtained from the degradation of the plant body. Okay, I'm saying about the plant body, not any organism. It is typically something about the plant body. So basically we get that kind of energy, which is much good kind of heat energy. On another hand, 3.4% of you can obtain from hydroelectricity. So like I said, it can change from season to season. So for example, we have created a lot of dams, we have created a lot of ponds, due to which the rain energy can be restored, and this rain energy can be either then utilized in a form of a generation of hydroelectricity. So that is one part. Now this energy resource, new studies have created something called in a miniature form. That means in small forms also. So they have created, for example, small solar panels. Now you can find in market also, you can get small solar panels to work on it for experimentation. So that is called as miniature creations, or rather you can say that they have created small geothermal plants which can be easily accessible. Why do I call it a small? Reason is because these plants require good quality of material so that energy is captured. But when you are expecting something to capture a good quality of energy resource, of course you have to give something, that means economy. On the other hand, if you create small miniatures, for example, the solar panels earlier were used by limited countries. Okay, then it came into all that means it spread out for all the countries, but at the same time it was used only by limited sources. For example, in particular kind of companies and particular kind of industries, etc., etc. But by creating panels which could be holded, or which could be actually having the capacity to generate the electricity and hold the electricity for a single house also, it was much enough. So this miniature creation creates a solar energies which is meant for house purposes. So you can get solar water heaters, or for that case solar energy generation. Rather than using the electricity which is generated, you can convert and you can use these solar panels for generation of electricity. So that means miniature sources. It is one of the simplest form of energy, and because it is one of the simplest form of energy which is easily available, which can be retrieved very easily, this energy generation is having a very important note. Reason is because it is 19% which is available for us, and out of this 19%, you can think about it that usually we people use 3% only. Now think about it, that if you create larger resources, if you create miniature resources, it can be utilized and consumed to a good part. So henceforth I said that renewable resources are comparatively much easily available, and if you look forward, if you study for these renewable resources, one can get this resource to on hand, easily available. Now, as I said, we will look forward for one of the important criteria, that how these renewable resources are overcoming, or rather we would say the renewable resources much more important than compared to non-renewable resources. We'll just look in a form of a comparison so that it becomes easy for you people. Let's understand the very first part. Accessibility. So we had gone through the accessibility of renewable and non-renewable resources, and you had seen an important criteria that we said that non-renewable resources are not easily available, so it needs thousands and millions of years to get converted into a form of a fuel energy. On another hand, the accessibility, that means availability of the natural resources, for example the wind resource, solar energy, or that geothermal energy is very easily available. So that means availability काफ़ी ज़्यादा important हो जाती है जब हम किसी रिसोर्स को यूज़ करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं. रीज़न इज बिकॉज जितना ज़्यादा अगर कोई प्रोडक्ट कन्वर्ट होने के लिए टाइम लेगा उतना ही ज़्यादा उसका एक्सपेंस बढ़ेगा, दैट मीन्स उतना ही ज़्यादा उसका कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा. So same is the thing with the non-renewable resource. Second important thing, the leading role of non-renewable resources is it is causing accidents, and which we call basically from the scientific point of view as catastrophic accidents. Now what do you mean by catastrophic accidents? So we had studied some of the accidents, if you remember, and these accidents were related to nuclear power plant. Now similar goes with over here, that means catastrophic accident means a accident which took place or at a particular place but its effect can be seen worldwide. So that is a basic idea. Similarly, these catastrophic accidents have an impact for many years together, so it cannot be stopped easily. So that is one of the biggest problem of non-renewable resources. That even the accessibility अगर आपको मिल जाती है, आपके पास अभी फ्यूल है, आपके पास अभी ऑयल है, बट वो एट कौन से कॉस्ट पे यूज कर रहे हैं आप लोग, एक्सपेंस कितना कर रहे हैं. दूसरी बात, आप उसमें एक्सीडेंट्स देख रहे हो क्या. सो वन सच एक्सीडेंट विच इज डिस्कस्ड इज the BP accident, like I said in the very starting itself. Now BP accident means British Petroleum Oil Spill Accident. So this accident basically took place in the year 2010 and it is considered as one of the biggest mishap of the American history. Now why it is considered as one of the biggest mishap is reason because the total oil discharge which took place in this accident. So you can see from this pictures that basically there is a oil refinery which is placed deep inside the sea. So it is in the center of the sea. And what happened all of a suddenly when you try to remove out the oil. So any oil company does the same thing. So it can be maybe at a coastal place or maybe in the sea. What they do, they create a pressure. Now this creation of the pressure makes the blast in the curvatures of the earth. That means आपके earth के जो crust है आप उसे तोड़ना शुरू कर देते हैं and then you try to extract out the oil. So that is basically that is one of the major idea which takes place with the extraction of oil. Now what happened in this disaster is that they created a pressure. They tried to break down the crust material present in the sea, and this crust material basically had a problem that because of exact force there was a creation of methane, because of course there are products, that means petroleum products, which are toxic in nature. This created a blast, and this blast was actually horizontal blast. Okay, that means it came out like a jerk, like a volcano, and it caused an complete fire on that particular place. Now many people do consider that 3 people at that moment itself got missing from that moment of accident, and till date these people are not yet available to anyone. So this is considered as one of the major accident for one more reason also, because many science studies have claimed that around 4.9 million tons of barrel oil is being released out into the sea. And for example, you can find over here through the picture that if the oil is directly released out into the sea, the entire water bodies get disappointed and it is completely failing of the environment of the sea level. So you can find that the organism living in the sea are dead, or maybe they are suffering from all the other kind of mishaps. Maybe the eggshells are getting loose, or maybe the birds are getting killed, the fishes are killed, etc, etc. So this happens because of the oil spilling. And one of the reason this one was mostly considered is reason because of this kind of accident, especially the BP accident, the price hike of the oil refineries was very huge. So it was one of the major cause of rise in the price of oiling systems. So this is one of the reason. So henceforth accessibility should be there, and on the contrary renewable can be easily assessed. Second part is reliability. So do we actually rely on the system? That means because we know that you have to transport the material. Everyone cannot generate the oil. Every country is not having that capacity to generate the oil. So political parties are involved. When political parties are involved, you do not have the reliability कि आपको एक particular cost पे ही वो product मिलेगा. For example, like we are going or we are suffering through like petrol prices few months back was 80, then change on to 90, and now like I said that you have to purchase a single kind or 1 liter of petrol for cost of 100 rupees also. So it varies. So depending upon the political stability, you can't define. On another hand, renewable resources आपको ऐसे नहीं करते. Renewable resources हर जगह पे easily available होते हैं. वो easily आपकी खुद के डोर स्टेप पे अवेलेबल होते हैं. सो यहाँ पे पॉलिटिकल अपहील नहीं होता है, यहाँ पे पॉलिटिकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होता है. एक्सीडेंट होने का प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है बिकॉज सोलर एनर्जी कोई एक्सीडेंट क्रिएट नहीं करेगा, विंड एनर्जी कोई एक्सीडेंट क्रिएट नहीं करेगा जब तक आप लोग ढंग से उसे यूज करते हैं. सो दैट इज वन कॉज. दैट मीन्स रिलायबिलिटी, स्टेबिलिटी और सेफ्टी रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज में ज्यादा है कंपेयर टू दैट ऑफ नॉन रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी रिसोर्स. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट जो हमने पहले भी देखा था, दैट इज नॉन रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज में सबसे ज्यादा पोल्यूटेंट्स क्रिएट होते हैं. दैट मीन्स आप बहुत ज्यादा पोल्यूटेंट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड और नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड्स फॉर दैट केस आर generated. Mercury is created which is directly passed into the air. So on the other hand, what is the cause? Respiratory disorders, skin cancer. For that case you can also suffer from digestive cancers, or for that case also you can suffer from many different cancers such as maybe related to lungs, maybe related to your brain, nerve systems, etc, etc. It is one of the major cause because we know that sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are a major cause of acid rain. So acid rain बहुत ज़्यादा हो सकती है और इसकी वजह से हमें पता है कि building damage या फिर complete damage of environment, ecosystem ये खराब हो सकता है. अगर ये खराब हो रहा है तो of course there is a depletion of ozone layer. So the products such as arsenic, lead, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide ये सबसे ज़्यादा नॉन रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेस में से ही इमिट होते हैं rather than that of renewable resource. Next and the last important point is that climate change is a major factor which takes place because of the non-renewable resources. जितना ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन क्रिएट होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा ट्रॉपिकल डिजीज क्रिएट होता जाएगा. ट्रॉपिकल डिजीज इन अ सेंस दैट मीन्स योर क्रॉप विल बी हार्म्ड, your crop will have some other kind of new diseases each and every day which you don't have a solution for it. Humans will also be harmed, the human organisms will also be harmed. Of course we will not have a disease solution, and that is the biggest reason why one should always opt for going for a renewable resource than going for a non-renewable resource. Now again I do agree with the concept that everyone can't claim and everyone cannot always use for a renewable resource. You have to use a non-renewable form also because we are developing. But what I mean to say is that you have to always not use at an excess. You have to control your use for the non-renewable resource and increase your use for the renewable resource. Try to convert the energy which is available around you in a natural form, because it will not create a pollution, it will not cost you a lot. So that is the major idea of looking forward from the point of view of importance. So today we have seen something about the major energy form, that is what do you mean by energy with regards to physics. Like we had seen something about the nuclear physics also we had seen something about the renewable, non-renewable form, and one major part which we have studied and you should keep in mind because it is a part which is asked in every examination is the importance of renewable resources over the non-renewable resources. So I hope you people have understood it. Till we meet for the next lecture, study hard.